Hey, it's Lauren. This is an excerpt from the full-length episode. To listen to the entire episode, head to the show notes and follow the link.
This episode has been brought to you by the Afterlight Institute. Ignite the light, magic, and miracles within.
Yeah, absolutely huge. I mean, like you said, if we already knew it all, we wouldn't need to be here. I think that we make life more difficult by blocking out our feelings and our intuition and our needs. I think that it's not, I don't think it's really meant to be as hard as it is. And the more tuned into spirit, intuition, yourself you are, the easier it is for you to get those signals, to hear about when you're faced with a choice. Let's say you meet somebody and they just don't feel right, but you're like, you know what? They're really cute and they're nice and I like them, and I'm going to push those feelings aside and not pay attention. Well, you might have just entered into, a good 1, 5, 10 years of misery by ignoring your intuition. So we're given information all the time that we can choose to trust or not. And I think the more we listen, even if it means things are tougher for the short time, like making a tough choice, because it's either just go out with that cute person, making a tougher choice and being like, I'm gonna leave now because this doesn't feel right. I think we make things much harder on ourselves than they have to be. I know I do. I really do define intuition as that all-knowing, loving voice. It's our source. It's where we came from. It's what made us. And because of that, it knows us completely. It always knows what's best for us. It always wants what's best for us. So it's never going to steer you wrong. And I think part of what you're talking about is when people say, how do I know that it's my intuition talking to me instead of fear or instead of who the hell knows what? And that's one of the obstacles, is kind of overthinking the process of, all right, so I'm hearing this information. Maybe you use one of the techniques in my book and you're writing to it and letting it write back to you. And people always say, well, how do I know it's me? What if it's just some voice in my head? What if it's something I'm making up or just want to hear? Why aren't I getting a lot of information? Shouldn't it be that there's angels coming down from heaven in front of me and setting off fireworks? And, like, what's it supposed to be? So I tell them, first of all, if it's good information, if it feels good to you, it doesn't matter where it comes from. If it comes from yourself, if it comes from your brain, if it comes from the tree, it does not matter. Just go with it. And overthinking is really what gets people in the most trouble, because it's like, well, first of all, if I'm wrong and then I make decisions based on this, then what's going to happen? Or people who maybe work intuitively for a living or want to. So if I say this, if I'm a medium and I say this and I'm wrong, I'm going to look stupid, or people who, and this can be a tough one, what's fear and what's intuition. And I always say, if something helps you settle down and feel calmer, that's probably intuition. But if the information makes you feel more anxious, more unsure of yourself, something like that, then that's probably fear-based. So people always think, if I listen to my intuition, I automatically have to do what it says. Most of us know what we need to do, or at least we have an inkling. But if we had done it already, life would be better. So what I say is, just allow whatever information you get. Just let it be there. And if you choose to, you can respond, or you can say, I know that, but it's really hard right now and I'm not quite ready. Or, you know what, I hear you. Maybe I can take a little step toward that. Maybe I'm not ready to leave my partner, but, maybe I can actually see a lawyer. or maybe I can start looking at where I could possibly live, or just, do little steps toward what you need to do. It doesn't happen overnight. And people also say, well, I'm not you. I'm not like, I'm not an intuitive for a living, or I'm not like blah, blah, blah. First of all, you don't have to be. I'm about as non-woo as you can get, other than I do weird work. But even when, right, even when I get ready to do a report for somebody, because I do that before I meet with them, I get nervous before everyone, because even though I've done zillions of them and my guides are always right on, it's still like, well, what if I screwed up? I really care about what I'm doing. This person has spent a good deal of money. They've invested their time and energy and trust in me. And like, I really care. So even doing this for as long as I've done it, I still get nervous. So it's normal.